My name is Kavita Garla and welcome to my show Passion and Purpose, conversations that inspire. So I want to interview people who live a life fueled with passion and purpose. So I thought it's only apt that I interview the person who kindled that passion and purpose in me. And ever since I have been working with him for the past 10 years. And I have seen that kindling this passion and purpose is just a way of life for him. He loves to empower and transform people so much that he calls himself the transformator. So you know by that how passionate he is about what he does. Please help me welcome Mr. Ian Faria to Passion and Purpose.
Thanks so much, Kavi. It's such a pleasure to be here and to see from where to where you have gone, and the number of lives you have touched in the last 10 years is phenomenal. So here's my act of gratitude. A lot of the people I used to have to help earlier, you are helping on your own now. So it's taken a load off my shoulders, and I really want to thank you for that. And I want to wish you all the best on this new journey, because I feel a lot more people will benefit.
Thank you, Ian. And I also want to say thank you so much for yet again igniting another thought in me that I should do a show called Passion and Purpose. When you first told me, I was thinking, why did Ian say passion and purpose? But I did go back and listen to a lot of speeches I have done, material I have written, and I realized I use the word passion and purpose so much. I felt like the universe was giving me a sign that this is something that I was meant to do, and that's why I started this series.
I'm sure this is what you are meant to do, and you'll see now how lives get touched a lot more.
Okay.
I mean, helping me touch a lot of lives is one thing. You touching lives on your own is already, that's the universe's way of saying you're ready for doing it.
So Ian, you have been doing this for so many years, and for you it's like this. You can identify people's passion, purpose, their value, just like that.
Yeah.
And most of us, even today, I'm in awe of how you can just meet a person or see a photograph and say, this is what this person needs to be doing. Many a times I think we we're doing our best, but we're not. So how did you develop the skill of identifying people's bigger purpose? How do you ignite their passion or find their true value?
Okay, very simple. Kavi, I think, all of us have this ability. But most of us don't use it because we are focused so much on the surface level that we actually lose out what's happening at the core level. So when I'm observing someone, I'm observing how the body language is playing out, not for the sake of observing body language, but I'm saying, where is the core from where that body language is emanating?
Okay.
That's the way I look at it. So more than understanding body language, I'm looking at body language just as an indicator, like a doctor looks at a blood test, for what's happening inside. And that's when that internal dialogue, that's why you notice I use silence as a great tool for analysis, not just for inferencing, but also for extrapolation. So my mind is always working on those 4 or 5 different channels.
I have seen you doing it, Ian, so many times. Yes, some of us who have worked with you for a while have picked up certain skills like this to help people be the best version of themselves.
Sure.
Now, you are an expert, and some of us have been working with you, so we have picked up the skill. What about those people who are still struggling to find out what they need to do, how to do it? How can they figure it out for themselves?
Okay, I think, here's a very important point that you have brought up. There are two options. We always have the option of figuring it out for ourselves, and most people think that's the cheap and best option. But I feel sometimes cheap and best is not the option. So for instance, this time when I had to handle this issue with my CT, my MRI scan was showing there's a bleed inside. Outside I was not quite a normal person, except for some small deficits here and there. But when I realized the scan was showing something was really wrong inside, I did not have time for trial and error. I said, boss, time to get an operation, let them do the craniotomy, let them get whatever has to be done quickly. For that I need an expert. I'm not wasting time with trial and error. So like that, I feel people waste years of time sticking in a role and trying to figure out all the hacks themselves. I could have done that for them in 1 hour, you know.
Absolutely.
So I got to show them what's to be done, why they're not getting promoted, what more can they do. And I feel, if you're investing in something, let's say just for the fun of it, let's say the coaching program is 1 lakh of rupees. They should be looking at how can I make a 5 lakhs of rupees out of this 1 lakh or 10 lakhs of rupees out of 1 lakh in the next 1 year. Tell me which investment you can do that will give you a 500 or 1,000% return per year. Per year. I don't know what's wrong with people. Why would you not spend that money? So that's the way I look at it. Better to pay an expert, get the job done, get back to work, do whatever you have to do. I was out of the hospital in 2 days, 2.5 days. I'm back to work, and I thank the doctors immensely for the work they've done. I defer to their intelligence and their superior knowledge instead of me trying to figure it out on my own.
So what you're saying in essence is, if you want to know what your passion and purpose is, go to an expert. Don't try to do everything.
No,
I mean,
I don't want this to appear like you have to come to me to get your problem sorted out. There are enough and more coaches. Look for the ones who have developed successful people. Don't go to a coach for their certification. That certification is worth nothing. What really is important is what can they do for you. And results talk louder than certificates.
No, I think that's absolutely right. There are so many people doing this. Just like when we need to go to a cardiologist, we look at 3-4 doctors, we get opinions, we get feedback and go. I think all of us should make that effort, take the time and say, okay, what am I doing and what can I do better, right?
Brilliant, absolutely right.
Along those lines, Ian, now passion and purpose sometimes are mistaken to be the same thing. In your expert view, can you tell us the difference between passion and purpose, and another word that you use a lot, value?
Okay, let me talk about passion first. I could be passionate about playing cricket, but like I was interviewing somebody for my Mind Talks yesterday, and he said, I realized at the under 15 stage that I was not going to go much further. But a lot of people will hang on to that and say, but I love playing cricket. You love playing cricket, can you make it to the national level? Then we'll talk next level. Otherwise, maybe something else is in store for you. So that is passion. I'm passionate about cricket, but is that my purpose? Then you discover while you're doing another program that, wow, this is the way I can really help the world. This is what keeps me up at night reading more. This is what can build my brand to a next level. So that building your brand is built on value. Value I define as a strength, a skill, a power or a talent that I have, that other people might require, and they are willing to pay for it. The trick is to figure out whether they are going to pay for it. A lot of people do counseling and say, I got 10 people coming to me for counseling and they feel like there's some great shake. I ask them, charge 100 rupees for a 1 hour counseling, see whether somebody will pay you 100 rupees an hour. Then you have a value. But if they don't come back to you for that paying that 100 rupees, that means they just want your value free so they can throw it in the dustbin or they can use it if they like.
Okay.
That's not value. That's really not value, that's free service. So,
Okay.
and free service might not be the best.
Okay. So in other words, you're saying do what you love what you do, and get paid for it.
Absolutely.
And I think that would be the magic formula between passion and purpose. So here I am in conversation with Ian Faria. He has changed millions of lives, and we all know that. Now, Ian, I want to ask you a few tips for people to live life to the max like you do. Like wake up every day and say, oh my God, life is good. I'm so happy. How can we all live like that?
I think it's about practice. I think you have to start to do it one day at a time.
Okay.
So for me, it's just a way of life. It's just an ethos. And recently I had this brain surgery. When they woke me up in the morning, I'm waking up with a smile, and the nurse is thinking like this guy is going for an operation, major one. There's a risk that you might not come out of it. But for me, that was not an issue. I'm saying, boss, if today is the day, you might as well get ready to pack up and go. What I was so happy with was there are so many people to help us. There are so many experts here who can guide us. And for me, it was just joy that this will be over in 3 hours or 4 hours, and I'll be back home in 2 days. And that's what I was looking for. get back to my work, and get back to changing people's lives. So I get up like this every day. Like, how many more lives am I going to touch today? For me, this is what, I don't know how to explain this. It's continuous joy. I feel good whatever I do, wherever I do it. Because I know that somebody's lives are going to be enhanced by the work I do. That's it.
So there you heard it. How many more lives can I touch today? That's Ian's magic formula. So what is yours? So my friends, if you are struggling with trying to find the balance between your passion and purpose, finding your value, you know who to call, Ian. But if you already know what your passion and purpose is and you're living a life filled with PNP, call me, Kavita Garla, and let's chat up. Thank you. Thank you, Ian.
Pleasure talking to you, and I'm so happy. I'm smiling because I'm saying I know where I met Kavita the first time and how she was, and the confidence and the aura with which you're speaking today, Kavi. I'm pretty sure, let me tell you, I'm 1000% sure. Passion and purpose is going to create a nation, a lot of people's lives, and a lot of people are going to be inspired, empowered, and enhanced by you and the work that you do. I wish you all
Thank
the
you,
best.
Ian. And Ian should always have the last word. So thank you for watching.
Thank you.